taking part in cryptocurrency transaction. So this is what actually happened. Let's get a video from that instructions.
Blockchain. It was just a caution, Bitcoin, or they should not use blockchain. It was just a caution because it's a new area. As we speak here, I have listened to a lot of presentations on blockchain. And with all humility, I keep still saying it, that we are all reading the internet, publications. Nobody here can tell me that he has implemented one distributed ledger or has his own blockchain working. We are all reading materials and we are interpreting it to the best of our knowledge. Why? Because we want to caution ourselves. Now, there are a lot of people in this country today that are holding Bitcoin and other currencies. And the question is, who regulates it? One of the number one concerns of the central bank is when it comes to consumer protection. Now, we've had a situation, I read on the internet of several cases, in which some people create.
Okay, let's before we get back to this video, let's enlighten ourselves for what cryptocurrency is all about in the first place. So now, first and foremost, cryptocurrency is a digital currency in which encryption techniques are used to regulate the general unit of cryptocurrency and to verify the transfer of funds operating independently of the central bank. Simply what that means that cryptocurrency is not regulated by an individual or the central bank. So it is a decentralized type of currency. Alright, cryptocurrency can also be referred to as a digital or virtual currency that is secured by cryptograph, which makes it nearly impossible to counterfeit or double spend. Now, look at what I said. I said many cryptocurrencies are usually what decentralized network based on a blockchain technology. So what basically the cryptocurrency works on what you know as a blockchain technology. And a blockchain technology is a distributed ledger enforced by a disparate network of computers. Now, for the fact that cryptocurrency works on a blockchain technology, it has some basic advantage which we are going to look through. But first of all, let me get you a picture of what a blockchain technology does. Now, if you're looking at our normal banks work on a centralized network system. But with the use of a blockchain technology, it's work on a decentralized system with the use of what we know as this distributed ledger. Now, let me try to give us a lay example for us to get the picture clear. Now, let's assume I have a piece of paper, and inside that piece of paper, I put out some documentation in which I want to read aloud to a group of persons. So, as I'm reading through, you can only get information which I read out from the piece of paper. Also, too, I can decide to give you wrong information in which you cannot validate or vet if what I'm saying is true. Also, by mistake, I might give out wrong information unknowingly because why? I only have the original copy with me, and you only get what I dictate to you. So, with the essence of the blockchain technology, we try to avoid that kind of case scenario in which that only one person have the information. So, the technology gives us one as a distributed ledger now. So, these are the blockchain now work. The blockchain technology now work. Now, instead of me only just one copy of this document, and I read aloud for everybody to understand. So when there's a transaction on the blockchain, every computer have a copy of that particular transaction. So it is spread through, just like I made photocopy of those documents I give to everybody involved. So everybody have an exact copy. So that's how the blockchain technology actually works. Now, for the fact that cryptocurrency uses a blockchain technology, it has some of the following advantages. Advantage of cryptocurrency: decentralization. As I see currency are decentralized, it is free from any government interference and there are no middlemen. When it comes to cryptocurrency, nobody controls or regulates the price of cryptocurrency. The price of cryptocurrency is usually affected by the markets or the users involved, not controlled by the central government or only maybe CBN, as the case may be in terms of Nigeria. Nobody controls it and there's no middleman. What does really actually tells us that yeah, if you see like what has been happening in Nigeria for some time, we find that the value of naira has been dropping over time. And if the value of naira is dropping over time, CBN tries to make some policy in order for them to see how they can increase the value of naira. But when it comes to cryptocurrency, nobody controls it. It is free from central government control. Whatever happens, it is based on the individual that are using the cryptocurrency space. So that is one of the major advantages of our cryptocurrency decentralization. The other advantage that a cryptocurrency is secure. The use of blockchain technology makes it impossible for any cryptocurrency site to be hacked because it uses different type of hash string and node string, which are very difficult for anyone to crack through. So it is far more secure as compared to when you talk about our digital currency. Now, accountability. Now, this is one aspect that has been talking about that has bring a lot of conflicting ideas. So many people say that when it comes to cryptocurrency transactions, they are not accountable. There is nothing like let's say a transparency in a blockchain transaction, but that's not true. Now, why is it accountable? I'll try to explain it in two different parts. For example, if I make a transaction on the blockchain, let's say for example, I sent one BTC, one BTC actually means one Bitcoin, from my wallet to another wallet. You will not see it on the blockchain technology as a Pedro sent one BTC. Instead, you see a kind of transaction of this format. This is known as a hash, an hash. So this just tells you what transaction. But the fact that cryptocurrency is a transparent aspect of transaction. As you see, this hash here, which we can just copy this hash and I go to the blockchain site and I click this document there, you see the transaction that has taken place. You can trace back where it is coming from and where it is going to. But the problem there is that the transparency, I didn't talk about the accountability most prefer that you will not see exactly Pedro, but what you see is this one hash node you see there. So with that, you can backtrace. If you look at most of these exchange sites, they use what is known as a KYC. KYC is actually know your customer. So it therefore means that if I make a transaction and you want to trace me, it's just for you to get this hash and do some back tracing, and it will trace me back to the exchange site which I made that transaction from. And from that exchange site, I have documents in which I use to register. So the identity is still open there. We talk about the documents for you to work in to have a transaction in some of those most of these exchange sites with the KYC. You might have a valid email address, might have a valid means of identification, precisely the international passport or driver license. These are documents that carry the individual personal name. So when it comes to transparency, the blockchain technology has made cryptocurrency transactions to be very accountable and whatnot, transparent. So another advantage of the blockchain technology is a fraud reduction. Payment made with cryptocurrency cannot be reversed after fact. This is different from credit card payments, which can be reversed by the use of chargeback feature, often exploited by fraudsters. Now, let me try to explain this in details in layman's terms. Now, have you been in a scenario? Let's say, for example, I get into a supermarket after making purchase, I pay with my credit card. On my way back home, I find that there is a reversal from my bank. It can happen due to what network? That's actually called the chargeback. It's only people that are honest that I can go back to the supermarket and say, see, I made this transaction, there's a reversal. Why not take back your money? Most people will ignore it and just move ahead. That's the chargeback effect. But when it comes to cryptocurrency, that can never happen. Once the transaction is the blockchain technology, there's no reversal. So there's nothing like chargeback which cannot be exploited by fraudster. So with the use of cryptocurrency, we can avoid a lot of all this kind of activity. Fraud detection will be reduced in different aspects. Now, another advantage is called transparency. Now, before now, I was trying to say I can marry this transparency and the accountability. Now, let me go back this transparency aspect and explain. Now, I said since the blockchain technology uses a distributed ledger, it makes the transaction involving cryptocurrency visible to everyone. Visible to everyone. Like I said, distributed ledger. Once there's a transaction, everybody involved gets a copy of that transaction. Now, let me give you one advantage of this transparency as compared to what we see now in our normal banks. Now, let's assume I make a transfer of 100,000 naira to you. The people involved who might see this transaction might be me that is making that transfer, you that is receiving that transfer, your bank and my bank, and precisely maybe the CBN. Those are people that are aware of this transaction. But when it comes to blockchain technology with the use of cryptocurrency, it is not so. Once there's a transaction on the blockchain, everybody see that transaction. It is visible. That means I can just like what I said, copy earlier, copy the hash code and plug it back into the blockchain site, blockchain.com. You see the transaction. That means anybody can come and anybody can just go there and say, okay, see, there's a transaction. I want to see what is happening. So blockchain makes transaction very, very what? Transparent. You see that this is even far transparent than our local banks. Now, another advantage we can talk about lower fees. Transaction involving cryptocurrency are much more cheaper to credit card transaction. You know that if you are to carry out any transaction using a credit card, there are charges from your bank. And even at the end of the month, your bank charge you some amount of money. Talk about card what maintenance. Also, too, you can keep some money in your bank for a very long time without doing anything. Your bank will still come over and still charge you for card and maintenance for no stop. But when it comes to cryptocurrency, there is no these charges are not really there or reoccurring. You only be charged when there's a transaction, and the transaction is actually much more cheap as compared to what you talk about the credit card charges. The number six, another advantage of cryptocurrency, talk about instant or payments. Now, when there's a transaction involving cryptocurrency, the payment definitely comes immediately. There's no delay. There is no maybe confirmation or slow confirmation that takes time. Now, sometimes if you are using bank transaction, it's very possible for you to send money. After 2 days, 3 days, you might not get that your credit alert. Sometimes it can take up to 2 weeks, as the case may be, not until you go back to the bank and make some complaint at the start of doing let's call back this bank and go back and see how they can verify themselves. But in cryptocurrency, when there's a transaction, the transaction comes immediately. It starts payment, it doesn't waste time. The one key advantage of cryptocurrency, I say no barriers. I'll try to explain what I mean. Now we know that different countries have their own different types of fiat currency. So therefore means that if I want to buy, if I'm in Nigeria, if I want to buy something from US, I need to have a Mastercard which can charge and convert my naira to dollar. So if I don't have a Mastercard, therefore means I cannot trade in the US. I cannot buy anything from US using my naira Mastercard. But when it comes to a cryptocurrency, because cryptocurrency is a generally accepted currency, what we just need to do, it has nothing to do with barrier. I can be here in Nigeria and I'll buy something from China with the use of what cryptocurrency like BTC, Ethereum. So there is no barrier. So there is no barrier when it comes to transaction involving cryptocurrency. So these are some of the advantages of our cryptocurrency. So let's go back again and still listen to some facts from that video that we're playing now. So let's go back to this.
Situation I read on the internet of several cases, in which some people created the Bitcoin wallet. As a matter of fact, when you create the Bitcoin wallet, your public key, which is the only way by which you are identified, is a very long string. I think about 30 characters, very long chain. You can't put that on your brain. Okay, I can't put it on my brain. I don't know about you. And so it means you have to write it down. And when it is written down and it's stolen, your wallet is gone. If you lose it, your wallet is gone. And if your wallet is gone, there is no recovery. And you cannot come to any regulator. Because why? There is no...
I think there's a misconception there about what the speaker is saying about public key. Now, before I explain thoroughly, let me tell us what a public key is so that you know what a public key now. Let me go through what a public key now. This is it. A public key is an address where an investor can receive digital currency. Now, if you lose your public key, your wallet is not gone. If you lose your public key, your finance is not gone. Now, look at the keyword there, public key. So, if you say it's a public key, it means that it's of no effect. It has no serious importance as pertain to security of your funds inside the wallet. Now, a public key is synonymous to our normal bank account number. Your bank account number, you can give, if you want to receive money from someone, what do? You give the person your bank account number and the person transfer money to you. So are you saying that if I lost my bank account number, then my money inside my bank will be lost forever? That's not true. Or are you saying if I give someone my bank account number, with only my bank account number, someone can go into my bank and reclaim all my money and I just steal my funds from my bank? That's not true. So when you lose your public key in cryptocurrency, your digital wallet is still safe and secure. The truth is that what actually save your digital wallet is your private key. When you are opening a cryptocurrency wallet, they give you a private key which is left for you only to secure, which you can definitely back in your email, flash drive, and other stuff. So if peradventure you lost your phone or you lost your laptop or whatever you are using to access your digital wallet, there is what known as a recovery method. A recovery method can be done using those your initial private keys. So your private key is actually what saves your wallet, not the public key. So these are some. So what if what I think the bank should do in this case, CBN, instead of banning cryptocurrency, what if they invite stakeholders, people that are into the crypto world, find out their hiding, talk to them, discuss, let them enlighten them more about cryptocurrency, talk about the different use cases. that should be a better option than just banning transaction involving cryptocurrency. That's one of my suggestions. What if also if the bank can think of how they can make a meaningful benefit from this whole transfer? Let's say, for example, now if you look at the US, US have two different types of coin that's actually pegged to the US dollar. There's one as the USDC coin. It's also known as the USDT coin. It's actually pegged to the US dollar. So what are they trying to do? They're trying to give the US dollar massive absorption to give it more potential, more value. Now we'll be struggling for years about how to see how we can improve the value of our naira. The value naira is always dropping day and day. So what if we can design a coin, which is very possible? Design a coin and we call it Nigeria coin, which is also a digital currency, and we peg it down to the naira value. With that, we can improve the value of naira. We improve the value. Gradually, the value of naira will be increasing day and day. So I think what the central bank did is actually a poor decision to ban the transaction involving cryptocurrency, because it will give to what you know as a massive blow at there'll be a kickback, in the sense that you can ban the transaction. So if Revelation will say, okay, people decide to fight back, I say, okay, fine, we don't want to convert our cryptocurrency to naira. No more go to the banks any day. I want to buy a car. I make a car dealer. Okay, this is your car. This is the car you need, and I don't have cash. Let me pay in cryptocurrency. Whether you like this or not, digital currency has come to stay, and it is a new era. So it is better for us to key into this potential. Accept it with an open mind. Do more research. Call people that are involved who know more about this cryptocurrency. Do our research and see how it can benefit the average Nigerian. There are different aspects of different aspects of the blockchain technology that is far beyond cryptocurrency. You understand? We can use it for medical. We can use for security. We can also be used for what voting in terms of election. If we can tap into the potential of blockchain technology, the issues of election malpractice, election rigging will be eliminated totally. So I'm pleading with the CBN and the federal government to go back to this decision, look at, involve people that are well exposed to the crypto world, buy their ideas, and let us do more research. So that's all for today. So down the comment below, tell me what you think about the issues of cryptocurrency. If this is a wise decision by the federal government, is it a wise decision by the CBN to ban the cryptocurrency transaction? So drop your comment below and let's discuss. Thank you. Peace out, man.